Now, confusion and outrage have gripped the Ugwummadu community in Lagos after the demolition of over 70 residential buildings despite an active High Court injunction prohibiting the action. Now, the court had explicitly restrained the Lagos state government and its agencies from demolition properties in the area, pending compliance with legal protocols. However, in a late-night operation, bulldozers escorted by security operatives rolled into the community, reducing homes to rubble and displacing hundreds, including elderly and pregnant residents. Community leaders have condemned the action as a blatant violation of the rule of law, with legal representatives preparing contempt proceedings against the authorities. The situation has drawn strong reactions from civic leaders, with activist Omoyele Sowore vowing to proceed with protests despite warnings, and former governorship candidate Gbadebo Rhodes Viva accusing the government of favoring elite interests over the welfare of citizens. Why do governments and its agency find it easy, especially in Nigeria, to demolish properties then build new ones? Civil rights lawyer Malachy Ugwummadu joins us now to provide answers to these questions and many others arising from the ongoing face-off between the Lagos state government and the residents of the Ugwummadu area, whose houses were recently demolished without authority, according to court papers. Welcome to Newsday.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. And now we see a lot of situations like this happen. There's so many buildings that have already been marked for demolition as well. A lot of them still being contested in court. Some actually have been standing for decades, if we're analyzing how long they've been around. But the swift nature in which these demolitions happen, just on Saturday on the morning show, I believe that was Sunday, we did have the minister, or rather the commissioner for, if I'm not mistaken, waste management and transportation for Lagos State, here on the Arise News channel, and we spoke about these demolitions and what the issues are. It seems as though there is such backing, and that backing speaks of the audacity to which these incidents happen, because it's almost as though, irrespective of what conversations or what court cases exist, these bulldozers are not going to stop bulldozing, and it's just going to continue.
Well, let me put it this way. The whole notion of constitutional democracy finds concrete expression in issues like rule of law, free media, independence of the judiciary, and even a strong civil society, and so on and so forth. The rule of law would mean that everyone, every authority is equal before the law. If the law is that as Nigerians, no less Lagosians, who are not just residents but property owners here, are entitled by reason of their constitutional right under Section 44 to own properties. That property, which is a fundamental right under Chapter 4 of the Constitution, cannot be taken away from them except in compliance with the law. That law is the Constitution, which they enjoy and they are protected under it. At the moment, what we have as a fact is that there is an injunction. There is an injunction, a preventive injunction, issued by my Lord Justice Oshodi, and that injunction was served on Friday on the respondents in that matter, namely the Attorney General of Lagos State, and more importantly, the General Manager of the Lagos Building Agency, as well as the Commissioner for Fiscal Planning and Development. In the very early hours of Saturday, which is the next day, this community was literally razed down by agents of the Lagos State government. So I am in two minds where the backing and the justification for this has come. And let's be very clear about it. If the issue is that Lagos State makes a valid allegation or claim regarding the propriety of those buildings or notices earlier given, what has happened is that those who have been affected have taken a very proactive step through their lawyer and sought the protection of the court. So the law says, in the determination of my rights as a citizen of this country, no less resident of Lagos State, I must be given fair hearing by an independent court of justice that is impartial and independent. They have gone to that court. An order of that court has been obtained. The big question is, why then has the state government, through the agencies concerned here, gone ahead to demolish these buildings over which the injunction has been obtained? The injunction, the whole essence of an injunction is to preserve the rest. In other words, we are not saying you are right or we are wrong. We are saying, pending the determination of this matter, already pending before the court, please preserve the rest, maintain the status quo, just so that the court will be the appropriate body, appropriate agency, and appropriate organ of government to determine who is right or who is wrong. You cannot, in one fell swoop, accuse the people of wrongdoing, proceed to punish them, and refuse them the liberty that they enjoy under the fundamental rights of the Constitution to have their fate determined by a competent court of law. You are promoting anarchy.
Okay, thank you so much, for expatiating that. So what actions now can be taken against the Lagos State government, seeing as it proceeded with the demolition despite knowing about the injunction?
Well, Section 287 of our Constitution, this time around, Section 287, subsection 3, is to the effect that every person, every institution, every authority, including the Lagos State Building Agency, as well as the respective state actors within the sub-region in question, Commissioner for Fiscal Planning and so on and so forth, are obligated to obey the order of court. Injunction is an order of court. Having failed and having recalcitrantly refused to so obey the order of the court, these victims, through their lawyer, are at liberty to file what we call Form 48 and 49 that will enable you to cite them for contempt of court. And it will be very interesting to see how my Lord, presiding judge in this matter, will courageously rise up to the occasion and take this matter from where we have it at the moment.
All right, well, civil rights lawyer Malachy Ugwummadu, thank you so much for your thoughts on this very disturbing situation happening here in Lagos, Nigeria.